Hey, my name's Heather and I have 3 house rabbits. This here is Clementine. She has a bonded husband called Maximus, who's an orange mini lop, and I have a third, a gouty little boy who was recently bereaved after his wife passed away. And my aim, and what I'm going to show in this video, is bonding all 3 of them into a trio together. The first thing I'd like to say about trio bonding is that, as with any bonding, it is completely dependent on personality. So you can have boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, any mixture of genders, and it comes down to personality at the end of the day. So if you want to make a trio from a pair or a single that you have, go through rescue. If you buy a rabbit into your house and the trio doesn't work, you end up with a single rabbit who needs their own space and their own friend, because they do need companionship to thrive. So going through rescue gives you that fail-safe of, if it's not working, the rabbit can go back into the rescue and you can try a different rabbit, kind of like dating, which is what I would advise you do if you have a single and you're looking to bond him or her into a pair. So I think that's one of the most important things to bear in mind. Trio bonding and any rabbit bonding is not a certainty. It's dependent on personality of the rabbits and compatibility. So things like stress bonding and really kind of keeping on going when it's clearly not going to work is at a rabbit's a detriment to their health. So I think it's really important to kind of not lose sight of the end goal, and whilst following kind of tips and hints that you see online of when to intervene and when to kind of leave it be, they're useful, but also you need to have the rabbit's interests at heart. And without further ado, let's get to bonding. Why am I such a dog?
Before bonding, all rabbits must be at least 6 to 8 weeks post-neuter or spay so that their hormones have died down, and the area that you introduce them to must ideally be some place in the house that neither rabbit has been in. If this isn't possible, use white vinegar to wash it down as much as possible, move furniture around and doing anything you can to make sure it's neutral. First, an introduction to the bunnies. This is Clementine. She is a 3-year-old New Zealand white giant. She's about 4 kilos, has her fair share of health problems, and she is the girl of the group.
This is Maximus. He is Clementine's husband. He is a 6-year-old mini lop. He has no teeth, no front teeth. They were surgically removed due to malocclusion. He's also very submissive in himself, very flighty and doesn't particularly like to be touched. This is Saxon. He is a 9-year-old agouti Nevi cross. He is my lone rabbit who I will be bonding into Clementine and Maximus's pair. He's gorgeous. He has very slight head tilt, which is barely noticeable, and very submissive boy.
When starting bonding, it's really important to use a small space like the one in this video. Using nothing but a layer of hay inside it encourages them to interact with each other and not to claim items such as litter trays or toys or hides. As you can see, this is a small area. They are forced to interact, but they have enough space to kind of move away if they want to. At the moment, they're quite tense because we're only about 10 minutes in, but they should settle after some time. Nipping, fur pulling and chasing are normal at this stage in bonding. So long as it doesn't escalate and no harm is actually done, it's not something you need to separate as they're sorting out the hierarchy. Clementine here is showing that she's the boss. They should settle shortly. What's really important to note here, and shows that it's good progress, is that they are taking breaks in between scuffles. Clementine is relaxed enough to eat in between having nips and chases, and the boys are showing that she is the boss by not retaliating. This shows that the bond is probably going to work out if they keep going as they are, as Clementine is not being challenged for being top dog. We are about 2 hours into 24/7 bonding. Everyone has settled down a lot. Saxon has started eating, Clementine is having a lie down, and Maximus is also nibbling. This is really good progress. Even in the small quarters, you can see they're beginning to relax around each other, although Clementine is still very much ruling the roost. In between lying down and eating, it's totally normal for little scuffles to break out like this. As you can see, Clementine is targeting her bonded partner Maximus. This is known as referred aggression. It's totally normal in the bonding process. Clementine is showing that she's uncomfortable in the situation by exerting dominance over Maximus. What she's doing is nipping and chasing. It isn't aggression, it's dominance. She's showing that she's the boss and she wants to regain some control of the situation. We are at hour 10 of 24/7 bonding, and as you can see, everyone is calm in this clip. There have been a lot of scuffles in between calm and eating periods. This is totally normal. Mostly it's Clementine exerting her dominance by chasing and nipping and growling as well. Instead of accepting that she's the leader and giving her kisses when she asks for them, the boys are being a bit reactionary. They are running away and stamping, which just causes a kind of circular chasing to happen. This is normal and I expect it to carry on over the next few days, but it will settle, and as you can see, this is a much more positive picture than we've seen previously. We are 16 hours into 24/7 bonding. There have been quite a lot of scuffles overnight. I only managed to get a few hours sleep, but as you can see, I've rejigged the, little bit of a scuffle, rejigged the setup, put more forage in and more hay, but it doesn't mean these sorts of scuffles break out, and as you can see, Clementine is initiating it by being dominant and the boys are still being reactionary. We are 18 hours into 24/7 bonding, and this is definitely the most relaxed I've seen everybody. I've even put a water bowl in to see if anyone wants a drink, and I don't think it's likely to get knocked over in a scuffle. It's midday, so it is kind of quieter period, but this is really positive, I think. It is midday on day 2 of bonding. I've just cleaned out the whole pen because the hay was beginning to really stink, which although is good for them moulding their smells together, it was getting a little bit unbearable. As you can see, that has caused a few scuffles going back into the pen, understandably because the environment has changed. There you go, good girl. I'm going to put some forage down in a moment and hopefully that will distract them from having a go at each other, basically. Although this is still not aggressive behaviour, it's just dominance, which is good. We are about 20 hours into 24/7 bonding, and I just wanted to show some positive behaviours. As you can see, everyone is foraging and eating, and most notably Saxon has calmed down and is being less reactionary. I've put some fresh grass down and it's all going really well, basically. I think having breaks like this proves that the bonding is working, the process is working, and even though it's really difficult to watch your children have scuffles of any sorts, this sort of behaviour in between scuffles is a really positive sign. We have hit the 24-hour mark of bonding. As you can see, still quite a lot of chasing and nipping from Clementine. It is her presenting herself to be groomed though. It's not aggression in any shape or form. And when the boys don't do it, that's when she nips to tell them off. But taking breaks in between, again, as you can see, Maxie here and Saxon having a lie down, really positive stuff. So I will keep going and let you know how we go. 27 hours in, and as you can see, everyone has relaxed massively. Yes, Clementine and Maximus are still the ones cuddling, but Saxon is far closer than he needs to be given the amount of space in that pen. This is just really positive behaviour and obviously quite heartwarming to see after seeing so many scuffles. So just proves stick at it and hopefully they will settle even further and I'll see some grooming at some point. 41 hours in, and I am really pleased to show you that Clementine has just flopped against Saxon. Initially she came up to him, he stamped and ran away, and I thought, here we go again, it's going to be another chase. However, she pursued him and came down and just threw herself next to him, and he looks perfectly happy with her there, to be honest. Really positive. I'm hoping to see some grooming and to get Max involved very soon. 42 hours in, and look what we've got. Everybody snuggling together. It is the afternoon, it is the time that they would normally be asleep, but this is wonderful to see them all snuggled up so closely together. We have grooming. As you can see here, Clementine is giving Saxon quite a lot of love whilst Maximus just kind of mooches around. It's really heartwarming to see because obviously he was the lone rabbit. Building a trio kind of means dissolving the original pair and creating a whole new dynamic. And so far it looks like it's working really well. Just need to get Maximus a little bit more involved. But yeah, hopefully this makes everyone else as happy as it makes me. Day 2 of 24/7 bonding, and it's been a really quiet one today. We've had snuggling, grooming, nipping and chasing, so kind of a whole range of behaviours, but as you can see everyone is getting on, eating together and spending time together, which I'm just really happy with. Yeah, hopefully we'll have more of this in the next few hours. It's Monday morning and it's breakfast time. I am really pleased to say that I actually managed to get some sleep last night, which is amazing. As you can see, everyone is still behaving beautifully together. We've still got nipping and chasing. That's going to carry on until they truly settle down into the bond. Day 2 is not long enough time together for them to move into a different space or anything, but this is really promising stuff.
Hey!
It is day 5 of 24/7 bonding. As you can see, I've expanded the pen a little bit to give them more space, and they all seem to be doing really well with it. I've had a kind of uneventful last day or so, a lot of snuggling and getting along beautifully like they are here, as well as there's still more nipping and chasing from Clementine. Given that she nips and chases in her everyday life, I do expect there to be a bit of this generally, but she's still doing more than I'm comfortable seeing to say that the bonding is complete. So I will carry on as we are and wait to see more interaction between them. As the rabbits are doing so well, I've added in a litter tray and extended the pen. This big green one at the end is the one we've settled on. It originally caused some scuffles and I had 2 litter trays in. The other litter tray that I had is this big one here, but I did take that out just in case, and I shortened the pen. I've now put some pellets in, and everything seems to be going okay with the reduced space. As you can see, we've still got some scuffles and growling. That's due to the change in space. We are day 6, and as you can see, Saxon is giving Clementine some kisses, which is amazing. There's been a lot of chasing this morning, so this is really, really nice to see. It's day 6 and the children are doing amazingly. I have replaced the one walk-in neutral litter tray for 2 of their regular litter trays, which is going down really well at the moment, as you can see. Everyone has been extremely calm, lots of snuggling, still chasing in the morning, but it's around breakfast time, and I'm kind of assuming that's Clementine's normal MO. Yeah, everyone's doing amazingly, and if they keep going like this, it won't be long until I move them into their permanent space. It's day 7, and I have moved them out of the bonding pen and into this living room where they will primarily be living. Ultimately, they'll get free roam of the whole of this half of the house, but they're doing really well so far. Clementine and Maximus, they've lived here before, so for Saxon it's entirely new territory to explore. There are going to be some changes in dynamics in this room. It's a bigger space than they've had before, and obviously going in as a trio, it is different from how they were last time they were in there, so I do expect some changes in behaviour, but I'm going to keep an eye, and so far so good.
Be nice. Oh, happy boy. And this is us, day 8. Thank you for watching.